Hello, everyone. This is episode 11 of the Mind Grinders podcast, your podcast focused on the modern player and, more importantly, the modern miller. I am Shaf, A.K.A. that mill guy, joined by he who must be named, he who names all the episodes of the podcast, he who sits on L-shaped desks, but he who takes no L's. Who am I talking about?
It is Jack, A.K.A. BlitzMTG, and I would be very concerned if I was sitting on my new L-shaped desk.
Okay. God damn it. I gotta ruin my literal words.
I mean, say literal better words.
Yo, okay, so for everyone listening to this so far, I actually, I've never sat with an L-shaped desk. Like, I've just, a pretty long rectangular desk, and I've always thought of it as, kind of cozy. Like, you can kind of put it in a corner and bring yourself into a nook. I want listener opinions, because I got Jack's opinion. You know, he's slowly kind of going with it.
Yeah.
But...
So yes, I have a new L-shaped desk, but it's it's not like one of those really deep L-shaped desks. It has a little bit of one, and so far it's pretty nice. You know, I just put it together today. Along with some other furniture getting in, because I just moved again, and now I'm gonna have, eventually have furniture like a real human being and not live like a mongoloid.
That's exciting stuff. Self-furniture, self-bought furniture is always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, speaking of that, today, in terms of the new. Today we're going to be talking about Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoilers. The full set got spoiled last Friday as the recording of this podcast. We are recording this on a Wednesday, February the 9th, a beautiful day with some beautiful people. But before we get into that, as I always ask, right, and we kind of got into this a little bit, Jack, how are you doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad. I moved on Saturday, so the day after Kamigawa was all previewed and spoiled and whatnot. It was definitely better than my previous move 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Didn't injure myself this time, and things went a bit smoother.
Yeah.
And
no sawdust everywhere. Nothing crazy. Yeah. And with people that you want to be around as well.
So instead of, I was in a studio by myself, which was nice. I had a very good landlord. Studio was nice, but now I'm in a house renting with one of my sponsor teammates and friend, along with his cat, and we rent from one of our other Magic playing friends who lives halfway across the country now. So but yeah, it's nice. I'm in a city that's closer to my parents. A lot of my friends are nearby. My LGS is 6 or 8 blocks away.
Nice.
So I'm very happy to be here as opposed to living in the middle of wooded foothills. which it's my favorite cons, or it's my favorite fetch land art. Wooded foothills from cons, but I'd not living there, not so much.
Do you see yourself going to the LGS for a Magic night at some point soon, or a Modern night?
I did. So Modern is on Mondays at our LGS. I did go. I nice. Played some Teamer Reclamation.
Yeah.
And I think the deck was sweet, but the 75 I was playing, I'm not sure if it was the list or just purely unlucky, but 5 out of my 7 individual games I flooded.
Ooh. Oh god. Okay.
So it was a rough 03, but I had fun. Excited to play that. I'm gonna, pre-release is this weekend, and normally for pre-release I maybe manage to get in one. I'm planning on hitting all 4 pre-releases at my LGS this weekend.
Ooh, even because midnight?
So they're not doing a midnight. They're doing Friday evenings to F&M. They're doing an afternoon and an evening on Saturday, and they're doing an afternoon two-headed giant on Sunday.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. I love two-headed giant pre-releases.
I've never played two-headed giant in any format before.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, and that should tell you not only how excited I am to be where I am now, but how excited I am for Kamigawa.
Ooh. And if that wasn't a good transition at all, then I mean, I don't know what else. The man who names all our podcasts, and he must be named Jack, A.K.A. BlitzMTG, giving us the transition that we need.
But the spoiler transition, how are you doing, Chef?
Okay, fine. We can wait on Neon Dynasty. I'm a little selfish. Let's talk about me. I ain't doing nothing. I'm drinking some water right now. I am writing.
Yes, drink water. Don't be thirsty.
Yeah. Honestly, I will just say that I am writing a mill primer, a Demir mill primer right now. And I am. Oh my god. I am on page.
It's a lot of work.
I'm on page 10 of just surgical extraction. So
my man's got citations. He's got a bibliography at the end of it. He's gonna have it peer reviewed, and he's gonna defend his dissertation 3 weeks from now.
I'm at 100+ pages. To be fair, like 80 of those pages are just individual cards. So like one page will be one card, and then just like talking about that card. Because I had an extensive maybe board, but like, you
went further in, because like I have one that I made like a Wix site for. When I was like actually kind of motivated to do some content, but that was very early 2021 when that was put out. So that was like Uro was still legal. If that tells you anything.
I mean, the thing with this is like, even if I'm wrong, I just want to mind dump. Like, that's the thing. Like, sure. I want people to, like, look at this and be like, yo, Chef, what you said here doesn't make sense. I'm like, all right, thank you. Because, like, bro, this is just me mind dumping. Like, this is you.
Mind dump sounds like an awful standard version of Mind Funeral.
Hey, we do talk about Mind Funeral and how Mind Grind is just better. But, hey.
Whoa. Don't you dare disrespect Mind Funeral like that, even if you're correct.
But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. And it is, I don't know, every day I kind of just try and chunk through a section. And try and make it as coherent as possible. Other than that, I'm doing a bunch of other stuff we can go over at the end. Anyway,
fair enough.
That is what I'm doing in the world of Magic.
Yes. Anyways, back to the previously good transition that I ruined.
But then you also created, so it doesn't even matter. You've neutralized your effect on this podcast. It's like you haven't existed on this podcast.
Yes. I am my own butterfly effect.
All right, Ashton Kutcher. Let's get it into Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoilers. The format that we're going to use for today is, I mean, the whole set's been spoiled. We wanted to talk about the 5 cards, give or take, that we think are going to see the most play in Modern. And then after that, we're going to be going over just one at a time, individual cards that we think will do something in Modern, have some place in Modern, and then other cards as well that we are interested in other formats that we play, that we want to play, because this set is chocked full of amazing stuff, from great artwork to great themes. Honestly, this is a great way to start the year. I actually really like this set. I wish, I don't know. I think last year, I think Strixhaven could have been something similar, but I think it just got outshined by Modern Horizons too.
And I will say, when you and I did an episode and we talked about the 2022 sets,
yes,
I did say that Kamigawa I was least excited for.
Yeah.
Just like based on the themes, and I have been, I am pleased to eat my words, because like this set looks fantastic.
No, but see, this is the thing, that is the best way to be wrong, and you're right, right? Like, because you want to be excited about it, and that's good. I mean, shit, let's be wrong about it.
We'll talk about kind of like a summation at the end about
so first card. Let's get into it. And I think, Jack, I'll let you give me your first initial take on this as well, because we have not heard each other's takes. We've heard about the cards, these 5 cards. First card is going to be at number 5, Colossal Sky Turtle, 4 colorless mana, green blue, for a 7 mana enchantment creature turtle 6/5 with flying ward 2. It has 2 abilities on it. All right, so it's a 7 mana 6/5. Why are we talking about 7 mana cards that aren't even legendary? All right, in the Modern format, it has first Channel for 2 and a green. Discard Colossal Sky Turtle. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, cool. Channel ability number 2. 2 channel abilities, 1 and a blue. Discard Colossal Sky Total. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Oh, Lord. This is 3 spells in one. Jack, what do you think?
Yes. So one, I'm very biased. Turtles are one of my favorite animals. So
Turtles are so damn cute,
love the card.
Turtles are great.
I think like Ward is an ability that it was introduced last year. Like we kind of had Ward like effects in Magic for a while. It's like how they made Mill a keyword, like they made Ward a keyword. I think that's actually like a pretty good ability overall. But you're almost never like actually playing this on its face. You're playing it for the flexibility of the channel abilities.
Yes.
And the deck that this slots in probably really well is Living End.
Oh, Hundo P. Yeah. And that's the thing y'all have to remember. This is 7 mana. You with the 3 CMC enablers,
yes.
you're not cycling into this
card. Yes. So think about this, okay? So you might use the blue channel ability, like returning a creature to the owner's hand. Maybe they have something that prevents you from going off Living End, or they have something really scary. Something with a ham or
it says return target
creature.
Yeah, no,
turn creature, yeah. No, this is like something that has a hammer equipped to it.
Okay, sure.
But what I really think the hidden mode on this is versus control. You use the green ability to rebuy your Violent Outburst or your oh geez, I'm blanking on the name.
Oh yeah, like the latest Cascade card from Modern Horizons. You're talking about the creature, the 2/2 creature.
Yeah. Well, the Shardless Agent. It's been a card for a while, but not in Modern. But yeah, rebuying your Cascade enablers.
Yep.
That to try to go off again.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing. So overall, I think it's like it's not super flashy. It's not like groundbreaking, but like I think this is a really nice flexible card, and I appreciate flexibility.
Yeah. And like it's like you're rebuying your enablers, and what if you wanted to just even grind out through the game? You can just rebuy your creatures, your sideboard Ingot Chewers, your Foundation Breakers, even in the main board, your cheaply costed stuff like Curator of Mysteries, 4 mana, 4/4 with flying, not bad, right? Yep. Like you're rebuying all this stuff, so pretty good there. And yeah, Live Again seems like it's got not just like a new tool, like you can kind of say that anywhere. This really feels like pretty solid sideboard, maybe main board piece. And I'd be really surprised if people aren't trying to buy copies of this day one. Shout out to Doomwake, who'll probably be up on Twitter. So the next card that I wanted to bring up, number 4, Reality Heist, a 5 colorless blue 7 CMC instant, which is what I like about this. A blue instant. This spell costs 1 less for each artifact you control. Oh no!
So it essentially has affinity.
Affinity for artifacts. Oh no, for an instant. So it potentially could cost blue. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Oh my god, we have dig through time. You may reveal up to 2 artifact cards from among them and put them in your hand. So it's not just any card. You look at the top 7, it's 2 artifact cards, but the rest of the bottom of your library in any in a random order, not any order, in a random order.
I like to call this card Dig Through Toolbox.
And that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, because that's what essentially is. It's dig through time for specifically artifacts. And we already have this like blue-white affinity deck. I've been like toying around with it. That's playing like 4 Thought Monitor, 3 to 4 Thought Cast. I could see this slotting in as like a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah.
And like shaving on Thoughtcast or some of the other cards. I also know that like Legacy and Vintage is gonna love this card.
Oh, I'm actually really okay. Like genuinely, I this has to be so powerful in Legacy and Vintage, and I don't know enough about the formats to make a definite statement. But like, dig through time for artifacts. This just costs blue. This is literally just blue in Legacy Vintage. Like Legacy 8 cast. I mean, maybe Vintage shops. I don't think this is the type of card shops want, but maybe it is. But like,
Vintage PO.
Oh god! Oh no! Like, this card is so good in Eternal formats. This card is so good. Like, I'm actually really surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if this was like a concept card that they were like, let's print, and like, yo, we really got to start being careful about the artifact enablers we print. Like, yo, maybe this card, maybe Mox died for this card's sins. Like, I don't know. This card's kind of powerful to me. It's maybe not so much in Modern, but like, this does something. It's crazy.
I'm very excited. So not this coming Monday, but the Monday after, when Kamigawa is legal for constructed formats. Yeah. I'm hoping to piece together some blue-white affinity with this card. Try it out. Because I want to, besides milling out people, one thing I'd love doing is drawing cards.
Like, it's instant speed. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what blows my mind. Like, affinity barfs out their board. They then reality heist looking for a thought monitor, like 2 thought monitors, because you can't get thought cast. And it's just like, it just keeps going.
Yeah, you can get thought monitor. Yeah, you can get nettle cysts.
Yeah, you just get more threats.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So look out for this card. Again, maybe not as crazy in Modern, still powerful, but like, this card's gonna get some equity somewhere. So that's Reality Heist. Next up, and I don't know if this is in any particular order, we're just kind of go at it in this order, but many of you are already aware of the channel lands, the legendary land cycle in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. We're going to be going over two of them specifically. First one is going to be Otawara Soaring Sky City, the blue one, legendary land, tap add blue, right? And again, the one thing we need to bring up, really do, is that these lands don't come in tapped, which is something that you would expect it to have. It has channel for 3 and a blue, discard Otawara. Return target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. Blitz, tell me about it.
So, 1, it's not Obero, so fail. Okay, no. No, in actuality, this, I think, is going to see a lot of play in traditional blue-white control decks for Modern.
Yeah.
Because this is a mirror breaker against Teferi Time Raveler.
It's so good. It's so good. Like,
yes.
It's so good.
4 mana bounce Teferi, can't be countered unless they're playing some sort of stifle-like effect.
Yo, ain't nobody playing Tails End no more. Yo, like, no one wants to play good Magic cards.
Nimble obstructionist,
the Bluetron players, maybe, that is a main board tool. I've learned the hard way.
Yeah, but I think this just, like, it's not super flashy. It's something that, like I said, kind of like with the turtle, it's something that's flexible.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of put 1 or 2 of into your blue soup deck.
Yeah.
And it can either just be a land, or it has the upside late game where this isn't like an awful top deck.
Yeah.
I can even see a world where Mill plays one of these.
Yeah. I think you hit it on, like, really just perfectly there. Like, it doesn't really tax your mana base terribly. It's not a playset card, but you'd be really hard stuck to find a reason not to play 1. Notably because it doesn't have certain restrictions. Like, it doesn't force you to return a permanent that your opponent has. You can save your own stuff if you wanted to. And then also, some people have asked, why doesn't this just say non-land permanent? Well, in the niche scenario, this also allows you to bounce man lands, creature lands.
I was going to say Urza Saga.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Urza Saga, definitely a very relevant thing right now in the Modern format. But again, also creature lands, right? So there's a reason it's not formatted by saying non-land permanent. So there's upside and all of that. But I think you really hit it on the nail there. Do you see a place where this could cost less? Like, I know the next land we're going to talk about has more ways where that one can cost less, but like, especially in blue, a color in Modern that doesn't play too many legendary creatures alongside of it. Like, maybe in an elemental strategy, you play Omnath and this costs like 1 less. right?
Yeah,
But
there's not really many legendary creatures. Now, if this said legendary permanent, this would be bonkers in
no, that'd be
control.
too much. Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
because
Lord,
because
Lord,
every
Lord, no.
planeswalker, yeah,
No, because then
yeah, yeah.
it would work with itself. You have an Otawara on the battlefield that costs one less.
Yes, correct.
It
Yeah,
costs
that's
one
why they did.
less.
Yeah, so
Like,
it's
oh no.
legendary creature. Um, yeah, I can't think of many like legendary creatures
Okay.
in blue.
Yeah, so just
Yes.
bringing on the relevancy of like this is probably going to be a card that
Yeah.
probably is just going to
Mhm.
cost 4. It's probably just going to cost 4. Maybe you're playing it in your whatever Ragavan brew and it's costing 3, but
Mhm.
like you're not getting
Sure.
it much farther past that. So that is Otawara, Soaring Sky City. Let's hop into number 2, and I think many of you already know what card we're going to be bringing up here. The green channel land, Boseiju, Who
Oh,
Endures,
okay.
legendary
So,
land. Yeah, sorry,
so
go on.
first off, I think this is number one personally. Um,
Sure.
but besides the point, like
Okay, yeah.
we'll
No,
talk
that's fair.
about
I think I do agree with you in a lot of ways. I think what all I'm doing right now is just forcibly not doing the obvious, but I think I
Yes,
do agree with
fair
you.
enough. Yeah,
Boseiju
go
Who
ahead.
Endures, legendary land, tap to add a green, channel for 1 in a green. 1 in a green, not three in a color like every other channel land, because green is a weak color and green needs support. Green has historically been a bad color for the past 4 years in Magic the Gathering.
Yes,
1 in a
yes.
green, channel, discard Boseiju Who Endures, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a land card with a basic land type. Let me say that again. They may search their library for a land card with a basic land type. We're going to talk about that in a second. Put it onto the battlefield. Doesn't say tapped or untapped. Just put it onto the battlefield. It's coming in untapped. Then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature. The wording is very important here, but I'm going to let you have that first take. Go for it.
Calm down, Sultai Mill players. Sultai still sucks. Um,
Oh, baby!
okay. So, in all actuality, this
Man
card
got up
is
to the
nutty.
mic. This man got up to the
Shout out to Mortal.
mic.
Um,
Oh,
so, in actuality, this is nutty in Amulet Titan.
no. Yup.
Oh,
Was
cool.
free.
I have an Azusa. It costs a green. Oh, cool. It's just 2 mana. I can, I'm
This
playing
is
Titan.
so
I can
free.
kill your hammer. I can kill your hammer. I can kill,
So free.
whatever. Um, oh, I'm playing Tron. Look, basically a free inclusion.
Yup.
Less powerfully, but still pretty powerful. I'm a Ren and 6 deck.
Oh.
I'm just gonna keep doing this if I have nothing to do on my turn. This card is gross. I don't understand why it's 2 mana and the other ones are 4, especially when this is the best effect.
Yup.
And I understand the balancing of it is the searching for a land card with basic land types. So you can get your shock lands, you can get your duels in Legacy and Vintage, you can, do other things. It's not just like search a basic or whatever.
Yup.
But like oftentimes it's gonna be a fine trade-off.
Yup.
Like I would have liked to see this either just like with the oh, correction, sorry. The white one is 2 and a white, not 3 and 0.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But
it's like, yeah.
yes, neither here nor there. I would have liked to see this have been like 2 and a green at least.
Yeah.
Um
I
but
actually
yeah,
think the
this
white
card
one is probably the next most competitively priced in terms of mana value, because white does have
Yes.
a fair amount of legendary creatures that
Yeah.
could actually get the cost of it down.
Sure.
But yeah, sorry, go
yes.
on.
This is also probably the most expensive card in the set right now. Because it
Ooh,
will
how much
see-
is it? I actually don't know.
I believe not the extended border or the alt art, just the regular one is 35 USD.
Just going on MTG stocks right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on Scryfall. And then the other two are like $40 USD. The price is going to fluctuate. I think
Yeah.
this is kind of a it's a little bit overinflated because new set, hype, yada yada. It'll
Yeah.
probably go down. So don't go out and buy them unless like you really need them for an event coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
But Yeah, this card is strong. It will see play in every format that it is legal in.
Yeah.
Every
In some way, shape, or form. Yeah. In some way, shape, or
standard,
form.
Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, EDH, maybe.
Like, this is just...
It'll see play.
Do you have like for everyone listening about this? Like, you think this is a joke? Like, Legacy lands, easy. Like almost all of these lands easily in Legacy lands. In Vintage, again, almost very easily. Like there's so many artifacts and enchantments and random like powerful lands that you can just snipe with this.
Yeah. You like Bazaar of Baghdad. Who?
Oh, like people, just think about this for a second. These cards are actually crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy.
Yeah,
like
this is the best card in the set.
Yeah. And then hey, look, a one in a green, right? Like, so Jack, you were talking about you were talking about Azusa bringing this down to 1. Okay, yep. Red and 6 decks, like, John, you're Ragavan. Ragavan's a card. Yep. How many times do you see Ragavan on turn 1? This is a one green card. There's so many ways that you can mess with this, and I think the one thing people are talking... Yeah, sorry, go on.
Technically, Tron you could for, like, Ulamog, but if you have Ulamog on the board, you're already winning anyways, but, like, tomato.
Yeah. And I think one thing people are talking about is a lock with Ren and 6. Like, I think that's not necessarily a concern because of what we've outlined, and what Jack has outlined here. Just remembering that it doesn't grab basics. You can grab duels. You can grab shocks. You're not going to be necessarily pressed for land. So if it's like super late game, or you're up against Belcher, then yeah, of course you're going to be locking them out, right? Like, yeah, this is going to be 2 mana.
This is
F
hilarious.
Belcher, actually. Yeah, this is like literally F Belcher. This kills Goblin Char Belcher. This kills all their lands. They suck at... Heck, this kills Blood Moon. All right? This kills the ley line. Like, they did literally anything they want to stop you. Boseiju is there to make it that free.
Kills Zero's the Saga.
Yeah, it's literally everything. So, other than that, I wouldn't be scared about Ren and 6 locking you out of this game. I would genuinely just be scared of the fact that in mana-heavy decks, Amulet of Titan primarily in Modern, this card is super free for them to include. This is going to be another one of those like highly played Modern cards. It's going to be that one of or two of that is going to be, $25-$30, and you're like, why do I need a copy of this? I'm like, well, you're going to need it. So,
yes. Boseiju. But if you are one of the few masochists who does play Sultai Mill, yes, play a copy of this in your deck.
Yeah, with that command from Strixhaven.
Witherbloom command.
There you go. Witherbloom command. Yes, because it returns a land, folks. God, if that card did -X -2, it would be much better.
Yes.
So final card. Yeah. Let's hop into our final card. This was Aspiring Spikes preview, and rightfully so. This card is actually pretty powerful. Again, purposely, I'm trying to put it a little higher up than just going with the regular Boseiju. It is Lion Sash, 1 and a white for an artifact creature equipment cat 1/1, and it has one of the new mechanics in the set, which is in many ways a power creep. In some ways, plus or minuses to literally the ability equip, right? It's a 1/1 for 2, and it has abilities reconfigure for 2. Reconfigure for 2 allows you to attach the creature to another creature as an equipment, and allows you to unattach as a creature, which to my knowledge, and I'm like 90% sure on this, Jack, if you can confirm, equip doesn't let you unequip.
Correct. You could only equip it to something else.
So that's part of this. You kind of have this removal protection against it. Once you equip to another creature, it's no longer a creature target. It's an equipment. But then you can unequip it to do other things. Why would you want to unequip it? Well, it has an activated ability for 1 white, no tapping or anything, just 1 white. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a 1/1 counter on Lion Sash. A crypt creature gets +1/+1 for each 1/1 counter on Lion Sash. Oh Lord, talk to me about White Scavenging Ooze, Jack.
Yeah, not only is it White Scavenging Ooze, you can play this in your Hammer deck. This is a Luris Mirror Breaker.
Oh God! Like it can be played with Luris. It's 2.
Yes.
It's 2 CMC.
Right.
God,
it can
damn,
be
man.
right. So you play in your Luris deck, especially Hammer. Like this is Nutty and Hammer.
So crazy. Like,
and you get to Scavenging Ooze your opponent's Luris targets
Like
and just grow your stuff.
it's like so like scavenging. Okay, so I posted this on my top 5 cards that are gonna be played in Modern. Someone in the comments was like, "Scavenging Ooze isn't played." I'm like, "You're missing the damn point. This is so much more playable than Scavenging Ooze. Like, it's tutorable. It grows. It hits Scavenging Ooze. You gain life and like +1/+1 on creatures. This is permanence. That's lands. That's planeswalkers. That's creatures. Like,
Yep.
come
It's
on.
yeah.
Like
This card's very good.
and again, it's so free. It's just an equipment. Like, it's one card.
Or it's just a standalone creature.
Yeah, exactly. You can just top deck this.
Yep.
You're not mad. It's a
Yep.
2-mana 1/1 that has relevant abilities. Okay, whatever. It's a top deck. Like, it's not like top decking Sword of Fire and Ice with an empty board. It's not like top decking Colossus Hammer with an empty board. You have something with it. I've heard people talk about this being a sideboard card. I don't understand why. It's just a one-of. Just play it. Just play it. It's just free graveyard hate that is so relevant. Like every deck in the Modern format right now uses the graveyard. Every single deck. In some way, shape, or form. Right? You're either playing with Luros or you're playing like some type of graveyard value. Something about your graveyard is happening. So you can take advantage of Lion Sash. Which is why I think it's powerful. And then, of course, I got to give the slight nod to more Eternal formats. So, again, something like Legacy. This is doubly powerful in the Taxes deck, which is seeing a lot of play thanks to Delver still being good. The Taxes deck can tutor this in 2 ways. One with Stoneforge Mystic, and the second way with Recruiter of the Guard, because not only is this an artifact equipment, it's a damn 1/1 creature. So Recruiter of the Guard grabs it. All around, I think this card is going to be maybe not expensive as Boseiju, but it's going to be one of the cards that is sought after.
I hate to break to you. So how much do you think it is?
I mean, I know it's super cheap. It's got to be less than like $7 or something. It's got to be super cheap.
It's currently $450 USD.
Yeah. I think it's got to be super cheap. And I think that's probably just going to be because it's a one-of. In a lot of ways, and it's in a very specific deck. There's a lot more hype around Boseiju in the channel lens, but I think Lion Sash is going to be... This is good. Like, you're going to be seeing this like Cauldron Complete in the sense that it's not breaking the format, but it's always there. This is just gonna be a regular mainstay. But sure. Like, any final thoughts on Lion Sash?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, no. So that's gonna be our top 5 cards that we think are gonna see Modern play out of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And now we're gonna take a short break. This is gonna be cutting the podcast here, so we're gonna then after go into other cards that we think are gonna be playable in Modern in maybe niche ways, or they have a place, and we're gonna be talking about some other cards in the set in general, just in terms of other formats, stuff we like about it. But join us for that, and we'll catch y'all in a second. Hey, yo, we're back. What's up, everyone? It's been like 3 to 5 whole days. This is like yo, we're in a different country right now. We're in a different country right now. This is crazy. It's been so long since we've last recorded. It's crazy. But anyway, awkward comments aside, let's go into one at a time our honorable mentions and some of the cards we wanted to bring up. My list is going to be a lot smaller, just because I haven't gone through this list extensively. I know, Jack, you've gone through it pretty extensively, so you can hit us with some fun ones. Right. I'll start us off with something simple here. It is going to be something that hit my attention just because of its rate and its color and everything. So it's going to be Reinforced Ronin, a 1-mana 2/2 artifact creature human samurai with haste. At the beginning of your end step, return Reinforced Ronin to its owner's hand, and you can pay 1 and a red to discard the Ronin and draw a card. So the whole reason I'm bringing this up is obviously we've had other 1-mana 2/2s with haste, right? And some have been good, some have been bad. I think this is going to lean on the slightly less playable side. It's no Goblin Guide. But again, the stat line is always very important to an aggressive format, to a low-cost format, to a Luros format. So again, 1-mana 2/2s with haste, all of that's going to be super interesting to me, especially one that when you top deck can just cycle and draw you a card. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. I think, again, the stat line's important. and it can cycle away and draw a card. So it's never, quote unquote, it's never really dead. But yeah,
this was one of my cards that we didn't share with each other.
yeah,
This was one of the ones on my list because I think this card is, we'll see play certainly definitely in Standard and Pioneer, maybe Modern if there's like a red aggro deck like Obosh red or like
right.
Prowess,
One CMC being
like
odd. Yeah.
Also, if you buy any of these cards, you must buy the showcase version, not the regular one.
Oh, it's so good.
You must.
It's okay. So as someone who is about to sometime next week start playing Sekiro, like for the first time ever, I've never played it, just to prep myself for Elden Ring. This is like straight Sekiro vibes. The alt art is crazy. It's this mechanical samurai arm. Like it literally looks straight pulled out of this game. It looks sick.
A lot of the showcase arts in the set are like famous Japanese artists from video games, anime, other media.
Yeah.
So it's probably someone notable. I only know like a few of these artists. But yeah, like that's sick. Yeah, like I think this card is really good. It's like fringe modern playable, but definitely standard and Pioneer for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's gonna be my card. Hit me with one.
Okay. I want to save my really spicy takes for later.
Like
so I'm gonna hit you with Secluded Courtyard.
Yes.
So this is a land, just a land. A Secluded Courtyard enters the battlefield. Choose a creature type. Tap, add colorless, or tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of a creature or creature card of the chosen type. So I know Magic players don't like this dreaded phrase, but this is a strictly better unclaimed territory.
It literally is. It literally is, folks. Don't be turned off the whole podcast right now. It literally is.
And it has better art.
Okay.
Well, so it's literally.
Come on now.
So unclaimed territory does this, but it doesn't have the added tag on of activate an ability. Of the creature or creature card. So it's like not a massive upgrade, but it is an upgrade. So any of you tribal players out there, I know you're not doing so well in current modern, but pick these up over some unclaimed territories. This will be good for you.
Yeah. Or in addition to, like shout out to all my budget players out there. This, unclaimed territory is not an expensive land, so I really doubt this one will be.
I argue it's like much better than like even your ancient ziggurats.
Let me think here.
Oh, come on, you used to play humans.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. Yeah, like, okay. Yeah. Trying to think here. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I was trying to find some niche scenario, but you're only playing ancient ziggurats in tribal strategies, and they're one tribal strategy, so yeah, like I'm thinking about modern humans, obviously.
Like, yes, modern humans plays like a few non-human creatures, but like generally speaking, this can be nicer.
Yeah. But even still, even those lands themselves, like you usually have other ways to cast them. Like, okay, you can cast a Cavern of Souls off and everything. Like Ancient Ziggurat, like you're right, that's what it's used for, to cast like Deputy of Detentions and stuff.
Or Skyclave. Yeah.
So, but like I'm just thinking about it right now. I think you're right. I think Ancient Ziggurat definitely sees a reduction in price thanks to a card like this. So yeah, good pick there. Secluded Courtyard. I definitely see people are going to be clamoring to buy that card. Actually, I think it's like people always looking for something.
No, they don't have to. It's one of the LGS promo cards that.
Oh, no way! Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's also it's a common. So,
okay. But I mean,
very easy to pick up.
I mean, any people like this stuff for EDH and stuff. So anything that supports something massive, is pretty nice. So Secluded stuff, good call on that. The card I want to bring up is Roadside Reliquary, a colorless. Sorry.
God dang it! I was saving a few that I thought you weren't gonna get as some spicy ones, and you're.
I'm just
You're
zinging
hitting
them
them.
off.
You're zinging them off.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
I'm wondering if you pulled this one because I brought it up in the Discord when it got spoiled.
No, no, I have
Oh,
specifically
okay.
not been looking at anything
Oh, okay,
in the
okay.
spoilers because
Okay.
I want
Fair
someone
enough.
to tell me that I'm missing an interaction. I want them to
Gotcha.
discover it for me. So
Okay, fair enough.
Roadside
Okay, sorry.
Reliquary,
Yeah, go ahead.
a colorless land. So it taps and adds for the sixth color in Magic. It's a purple diamond. And then you can tap it for 2, and tap 2, sacrifice Roadside Reliquary, draw a card if you control an artifact. Period. Second sentence, draw a card if you control an enchantment. So you have the opportunity to pay to sacrifice this card, draw 2 cards at its ceiling. You have the potential to draw two cards, and chances are if you're sacrificing this, you're drawing at least 1. So it's going to be 2 mana draw a card or 2 mana draw 2 cards off a colorless land. What do you think?
My name is Hammer Time Player.
Oh, God.
I would like to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Um,
it's so free.
more,
It's so
more,
free.
you know. Hi, I play Zoomer Jund, and I have an Urza Saga and
Like,
some sort of artifact that
Yeah.
I found off of it.
yeah, like literally,
like
yeah.
like literally every Urza Saga deck, this can go in if you can afford more colorless lands. So
Yeah.
like Hammer specifically can afford more colorless. So
Right.
this is like perfect for that. Plus, not only just Urza Saga, they also play like
Yeah.
Sigarda's Aid.
Yeah, or like, I mean, hey, you were talking about wanting to play Affinity. Hey, why not? Like, Affinity's playing
Yeah.
Urza Saga, right? Like,
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
lands are artifacts. So,
Yeah. So
know.
like yeah, they're like anything that plays Urza Saga can play this for some extra card draw.
yeah.
Yeah. This it's very much like a one of kind of thing for added value, but like why not?
Yeah, no, it's some cool added value. Like, draw 2 cards on a land. Who doesn't like to draw cards off their
Also-
lands, right?
Also, this art gives me a lot of so I unfortunately don't play a lot of different video games, but I watch a lot of different video games.
Right.
And I was watching my friend, I watched nearly all of his complete playthrough of Ghosts of Tsushima.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So
Excellent game. And this gives me like Fox Shrine, in Ghost of Tsushima vibes. Like I adore this art.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, and like, I mean, the set in general, like, that's
almost
that's the
all of
vibe
it.
that
Yeah.
it's giving us, right? Like,
Yeah.
in general, but
Yep.
yeah. So this card itself, not making waves, but like as that one of, pretty damn cool as an uncommon. You'd like to
Yeah.
see this type of power level. Hit
Absolutely.
me with the card.
Okay. You better not steal my third spicy one from mine.
I'm so scared.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about. Well, we'll go with continuing the affinity train. Moon Snare Prototype.
Okay.
So it's a common from the set. So it is a single blue mana for an artifact. Tap and tap an untapped artifact or creature you control. Add colorless.
Yes.
And it has channel 4 and a blue. Discard Moon Snare Prototype. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom of their library. So this is a worse Springleaf Drum
Yes.
ish.
Yeah. Because the colored mana.
But you have the upside of you can tap artifacts for mana,
Yes.
and it has the channel ability.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah, like you can use Springleaf Drums to like tap and pay for this, or I don't know, whatever. Yeah, like you don't need creatures for it, and then
So I think it can do some like kind of cute stuff there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them you would necessarily play. But I think it's like a neat little thing.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting call, especially for Pauper as well. I mean,
Paupertron.
Pauper. Actually, there's a card I do want to bring up later for Paupertron. The Pauper Affinity just saw a huge hit with the loss of Atog. So maybe this is a direction the deck uses to rebuild. I'm not sure if this is what it wants, but I mean, hey, like I think Prophetic Prism was also banned out of the format, which is actually a cornerstone mana stone artifact. So this card doesn't draw a card when it enters the battlefield, but it does a lot outside of that. So being a common is also really important. there. Okay, so I'm gonna go for my third card. I hope I'm not naming off your third.
Okay.
Okay.
Hit me.
Okay. Oh God! Actually, I'm so scared. Okay, Light Pause Emperor's Voice. Have I?
Okay, that was something on like a different list of mine. That's not the exact one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
You're safe. You're safe.
Light Pause Emperor's Voice. 1 and a white for a 2-mana 2/2 legendary creature Fox Advisor. When an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura that you cast and enter the battlefield. And this aura that you search for has to have a different name than each aura you control. You then put that aura onto the battlefield attached to Light Pause. So a lot of wording there, but it's essentially like it's like an aura accelerant. I'm really thinking about this.
Boggles.
Yeah, for Boggles specifically, right? So you're not going to be able to search for the same, aura. You're not going to be able to search for the same aura that is on the battlefield, right? So that's your restriction. You're going to have to look for a different one. But what's nice about cards like a card like this is it helps you get those random niche one-ofs that you have, like Griff's Boon. Oh my God, what's that card? The thing that gives you flying.
Yeah, you're right, Griffspoon.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it is just called Griffspoon. Yeah, so a card like that's not a 4-of, it's a 1-of, so you probably don't have it on the battlefield, but it's a way for you to cast an aura, get that out, attach it on a Light Pause, and then you just have this like flying threat. So you have that restriction of it's not going to go on your Bogles, but you are thinning your deck, you're creating more threats, so it does help with the, oh, my Bogles got removed type of issue. But yeah, what do you think?
I agree. It also, I know the black-white auras deck in Pioneer has been kind of struggling lately. So this is something that's going to help that out.
That was an argument. Yeah. Okay, wow. Yeah. That's actually, let me actually look that up again. I remember that was a card. Black-white auras. Yeah, okay, So hit me with another card while I look that up. I actually completely forgot this was
okay, so here's the one that I was hoping you weren't going to hit.
Okay. All
right? Mirror Shell Crab.
Okay, no, I don't have this on my list at all. Okay, love it. Yeah.
Okay, 5 blue for an artifact creature crab. King Crab also has to come with his minions,
Yeah.
For a 5/7, it is a common. Has Ward 3.
Yeah.
And it has Channel, 2 and a blue, discard Mirror Shell Crab. Counter target spell or ability unless its controller pays 3.
Oh shit.
So hey, Living End, do you want a mana leak or a stifle?
Yo, okay, back in the day, Living End would have loved this. Like they were playing that redirect spell for red. Remember that? It was
Ricochet Trap.
Yeah,
someone
Ricochet
played
Trap.
Ricochet Trap against me at Modern Monday.
This has it's not like technically better, but like in current Living End, like the mana base, I feel like this is technically
supports. Yeah. I think it's like if they play the turtle, they might play this. I think it might get overlooked because it's like a common or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I low key think this is like a sleeper for Living.
I mean, the fact that it can't get countered, like, okay, forget the fact that it's 3 mana leak. It has channel. The channel can't be like countered, like through regular means. That's actually pretty sick. Like it's like almost just has uncounterable attached onto it. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. And then if you do Living End it onto the board, it's a 5/7 and it has Ward 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like so even if you're Living Ending for like, I don't know, like 3-4 creatures, they remove some of them. Like they're not removing this. You know what I mean? They're not killing this. Prismatic Ending doesn't hit this. It has 7 toughness. Unholy Heat doesn't kill this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it has a lot of pluses to it.
Yeah, I think this is cute, and this is something that technically could also go into Paupertron.
Yeah. Being 7 mana is actually where you want. Blue as well. 100%.
And like, how many things in Pauper like Ward 3 seems pretty strong in Pauper.
Yeah. No, it really is. For more context, folks, like Tron and Pauper is very similar to Blue Tron in Modern, where it doesn't usually go for, except for maybe 5% of cases if you built your deck specifically for it.
Has a lot of Mull Drifters in it.
Exactly. Yeah, it has a lot of multicolor spells. You're playing the tapped gain lands. Like you're not usually trying to go for Tron on turn 3. You're usually going for it on turn 4 and usually on turn 5. And you're building up some colors to try and play bigger spells, which can be this again, as Jack just said, Mull Drifters. And actually, you know what? That's going to transition me. Let me bring up the card that I think Poppertron's going to use. As someone who really wants to try and get back into this format with the panel out now.
Okay.
Thunder Steel Colossus. 7 mana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7 mana for a 7/7 artifact vehicle. 7 colorless mana. The Magictron number for a 7/7 artifact vehicle. Trample Haste Crew 2. Now, the reason I really like this, so it's Crew 2, but as you just mentioned, you gave me all the clues I needed for this transition, which is why you are he who must name all. You mentioned the Mull Drifters, which are 2/2s. A deck that plays so many low-cost threats, plays so many Mull Drifters, can easily crew this. And this card is a magic 7 number. There's a lot of things attractive about this. And again, Trample Haste. It's not. It has an evasion ability, so it's not getting chumped. So I got to bring it up just for that. Go. So I think
okay, so I have one more non-channel land that I want to talk about for Modern.
Oh, okay.
And this is for you Boomer Jun players. This is for you non-Luris Rakdos players.
What do you got?
Hidetsugu Consumes All. 1 black-red for a Enchantment Saga.
Wait, this isn't a land. You said land.
I said besides channel lands.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you. Yeah. I thought you said. Okay, sorry. Go on. I got so excited. Sorry. I was like, "What land did I miss?"
First chapter of the saga. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. Yes. Chapter 2. Exile all graveyards. Chapter 3. Exile this saga and return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. And it's a recurring theme with these sagas in this set.
Yeah, this is a cycle. Yeah.
So. The flip side, Vessel of the All-Consuming. It is a 3/3 enchantment creature, Ogre Shaman, with Trample. Whenever Vessel of the All-Consuming deals damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever Vessel of the All-Consuming deals damage to a player, if it has dealt 10 or more damage to that player this turn, they lose the game.
I am quitting Magic the Gathering. They're bringing commander damage into my constructed formats.
I was gonna say it's essentially infect. But yeah, commander damage. Yeah, more appropriately. But so it gets a +1/+1 counter every time it just does damage.
Yeah.
That's not just like combat damage to a player. Like that's gets blocked. Bam.
So you do have to, just thinking about the lose game win condition, you do have to swing with this 3 times. So you're going to swing with it once to deal 3, swing with it a second time to deal 4, up to 7, and then that third time you're going to be dealing more than 10 at that point. So there are ways you can put 1/1 counters on it and one-shot people, whatever, right?
I mean, you can, and there are some tricks you could do probably in weaker formats, like if you have, it's like in Pioneer, I know the Boros Feather deck plays like Reckless Rage. You can do something like that here.
Yeah.
Like there's tricks that you can do. But the fact that like the non-Lurrus players can like play a permanent that says fuck you hammer when it comes down.
Yeah, all the abilities on the other side are like pretty relevant in a lot of ways, right? Destroy non-land permanents with mana value 1 or less.
1 or less, and then the next chapter is exile all graveyards,
which is relevant after you destroy something, right? Like you want to try and get rid of any recursion. So hey, there you go.
Yeah. So I think that one's good. And then like I don't think we have to get into all the channel lands. I'm just gonna say that like the white one is like. I think should see some play. Like I know Hammer players are going to play one of this probably. I think it's playable. The red one is really bad, and then the black the black one I could see maybe.
Yeah, the black one's like a sweet commander card. I don't know if it gets played in Constructed. It's a sweet commander card though.
Also, big fan of the black one's alternate art. The regular art's good, but the alternate art is Chef's kiss.
Okay, wait. So the black one's alternate art is really good?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
wait.
The regular art is good. The regular art is good. But the alt art of this.
Oh, yeah. No, that actually is like really sweet. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want him to get into like some more non-modern stuff, or do you want to take a break?
Yeah. Like I can just keep going actually here. This is like I have maybe like I like two more cards. I know your list is a little bit more expensive.
You go off on one of your cards. I'm gonna shave my list down because I have a little too many.
Okay, sure. Okay, let's do that. So, out of the two cards that I have left, I want to bring up a quick Pauper card again. As someone who loves Pauper Affinity to death, one of my favorite decks in all of Magic in general. It feels like a very fair version of a busted mechanic. This card hits that type of archetype in some way. So Clawing Torment, a 1 black enchantment aura, enchant artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is creature, it gets it gets -1/-1 and can't block. Okay, and then the second clause is enchanted permanent has. So this is enchanted permanent has whether or not it's an artifact or a creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. So it's a cool way to grind out against decks that might use artifacts for value, that are playing artifact lands, such as Seed of Synod, Ancient Den, like the artifact decks in Pauper. So I think this is like a cool piece for the Rakdos mid-range deck. Maybe mono black control, but I think mono black control probably just has better removal options and better grind options. So I think it's a cool option for some strategies out there, but I think Affinity might be a little powered down right now. But I won't say that as someone who actively follows the format, more so relearning about the format after like a year and a half. Like haven't played it since pre-COVID, so it's been a hot minute.
Going on the Pauper train.
Yeah.
And this is probably stealing your other card. And Moon Circuit Hacker.
Oh no, that was my last Pauper card. So yeah,
that's what I was. This card's like gross. 1 in a blue for a 2/1 enchantment creature, human ninja with ninjutsu for a single blue. When Moon Circuit Hacker deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless Moon Circuit Hacker entered the battlefield this turn. Welcome to Ninja of the Deep Hours copies 5 through 8.
Yo, like this card is actually nuts. Its ninjutsu is 1 to draw a card.
It's blue. Yeah.
It's just 1 blue.
Yep. Yeah. Blue to draw a card, or if it stays on the battlefield, then it's just a loot.
Which is perfectly fine. Just perfectly fine. No complaints about that.
Yeah.
Considering...
So was this not the card? Not the pop card you had?
No. I finished all my Pauper cards actually. Yeah. I had like 1 more card for just stronger formats, but
okay.
Yeah.
I think that card. I think that card is like really good.
I think there comes a point, especially in the Izzet decks in Pauper, where you brainstorm and pondered your way through like a bunch of garbage. You've done the most, and then you're left with cards that, a lot of times, don't really do anything. You're left with lands or removal spells that aren't doing much. So the loot ability isn't actually that bad. It's not that bad of a downside. And then it does straight up just draw a card the turn that it enters the battlefield. And what you can start doing with this, what I love about it, is you can start really easily looping Moon Circuit Hackers with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's not that expensive. It's not like Ninja of the Deep Hours that costs a crazy ton of mana. Like 2 mana is actually a lot in that deck that tries to tempo out, play low CMC cards, cast counterspell, whatnot. Like 1 CMC is actually crazy if you want to like loop between the two. I'm happy you brought this up. This card's actually kind of sweet for Pauper. And it might actually, I don't know, it might be a reason for ninjas to come back. Ninjutsu's got it. All the cards with ninjutsu have to be seeing some type of price spike, right?
Yeah,
they have to be. There's no way.
It's like how werewolves spiked right before Midnight Hunt.
Yeah. Okay, so the card that I want to bring up, this is sure. I think this is the last card like on my list. Like there probably are more cards. Again, just haven't looked through the set extensively. Sure. Explosive Singularity. Okay, now I know this card's
okay.
a meme.
This was not on any of my list.
So I know this card's a meme, but I have to bring this up just because of its ceiling. All right. Okay. So explosive singularity, a red sorcery for 8 red, 10 mana for a red sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. So it has Convoke. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you tap this way. Explosive Singularity deals 10 damage to any target. Okay, now hear me out, folks. I know. This is just overcosted Lava Spike. This is literally just 2 Lava Spikes. But in Go Wide decks, maybe, and I actually want to ask you about this, Jack. Like maybe in Pioneer, I don't know if there's a red aggressive deck that really plays to the board. Like, is this a possibility? Like, you tap this out and like maybe it costs
too
4?
many. It's too much.
Like, oh god, it just feels. It feels like, come on, it feels like it could do something memey. There's like, I have to believe. This card's like, it's just funny. It's not good. Come on, y'all. I'm not trying to convince you it's good. It's just funny. This is 10 damage to any target. Come on. This is big, stupid red spells.
Yeah.
But that's the last card I have.
Okay. So,
What do you
I'm trying to cut down the number of cards that I want to talk about.
Well, so I'll tell you what. While you're doing that, I actually do want to revisit the white channel land that you were about to bring up.
Iganjo, yeah. Sure.
So I'm gonna go back to that. So the white channel land, Iganjo, Seed of the Empire, legendary land, tap, add white, channel for 2 and a white, as we mentioned previously. Discard Iganjo, Seed of the Empire. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. So as we were kind of mentioning, Jack was saying this is probably pretty easy include in Hammer Time. I tend to agree. This is going to be a card that again comes in untapped, but in terms of like the legendary creatures that exist in that deck, you sometimes can bring in. I'm thinking about white decks in general. So white decks in general, you could play this in something like Taxes and have Thalia's out. In terms of Hammer, I think really the only legendary card you're getting out is potentially Lavinia in the blue-white Hammer shells. So there is, I think, a pretty good opportunity for this to cost 2, and then it deals 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Again, a lot of time in Hammer, you're going to be facing up against the mirror. You're going to be trying to create awkward blocks. So this is just going to be a fun combat trick that your opponent really can't interact with. And that's really why I wanted to bring it up. Be aware this is going to be 2 a fair bit of a time, not just 3. And it doesn't really cost you anything. It's an untapped legendary land. Just play 1 of it, and it does a lot. Helps you with combat. It doesn't do anything fancy like deal with planeswalkers or anything, but I think it's worth mentioning. The red one's pretty bad, and the black one is a reanimation spell that probably is a little bit more meant for EDH, but that's fine. That's fine in general. What's going on with your list right now? You got it down?
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about this card. Does a lot of things that I love.
Okay.
I don't see a home for it anywhere.
Okay.
But I love this card.
Okay.
Kotose the Silent Spider.
How do I spell that? K-O?
K-O-T-O-S-E.
K-O-T-O-S-E. K-O-T-O.
3 blue-black for a 4/4 legendary creature human ninja.
Okay.
When Kotose the Silent Spider enters the battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land card from an opponent's graveyard. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles. For as long as you control Kotose, you may play one of the exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it.
Yo, this is so balanced for standard for no reason.
Wizards put Surgical Extraction and Thief of Sanity / Gonti, Lord of Luxury, onto the same card, and those are 3 of my favorite Magic cards.
Like, come on, this could have costed 4. This could have costed 4. Come on, Wizards. Like,
I agree. Yeah, it's
you can't just.
overcosted.
This is so like, it's so cool. I've never seen this card, but it's so cool. You're right. It's surgical extraction
This is
and a little bit of steel on a creature. This is so cool.
yes, it's. I love surgical extraction, and I love cards like Thief of Sandy, Gonti, Lord of Luxury, Scarab God, Hostage Taker. Like that sort of like Demir, Mr. Steal Your Girl kind of cards. So this does everything I love to do in Magic, and I'm disappointed that it's 5 mana and doesn't have ninjutsu. It could have been 5 mana if it didn't have ninjutsu, or if it did have ninjutsu, or if it's
Why
not
does
gonna
this
have
have
ninjutsu,
ninjutsu?
make it like if it's not gonna have ninjutsu, like make it like 4 mana, please.
Like,
Yeah.
this ninjutsu, like, it easily could have been like 6, and then ninjutsu was like 3 or 4. Like, very easily, and you just done the
I think
same
it could have
effect.
been. I think it could have been fine and had like ninjutsu like 1 blue black.
I mean, sure, yeah, like that's what I would ideally want it to be. I'm just trying to think about
Yeah.
like Wizards
Yeah.
always like
Yeah, I
overcosting
know.
these cards to balance
So
for standard, but
so um for me it's just sadly only going to be like a cube card,
yeah.
and you don't even get like the fun of the surgical part, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that card. If anyone finds a good constructed home for it, hit me up.
Yeah, no,
Um
and hey, it's got some pretty sweet alternate art too.
is
So
um
yeah, it's got some pretty sweet alternate
so
art. So yeah.
um there have been some talks, and I've tried to brew something up, and I haven't quite found a mix. Some like delirium mill. So like I'm talking like
Oh,
so like
okay.
Manic Scribe Urza Saga nonsense. Okay,
Right.
and we have the colorless land that we had talked about before,
Right.
but another reason I would want to go into that is Soul Transfer.
Soul transfer.
1 black for a sorcery. Choose one. If you control an
Oh.
artifact or an enchant, if you control an artifact and an enchantment as you cast this spell, you may choose both. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand.
Why the hell is this a sorcery?
I know.
Man, like, Watsy, you're gonna rebalance this in alchemy to an instant. Like, don't lie to yourself. This is gonna be an instant in alchemy. Don't lie to everyone here. Come on now. This card's pretty
Yes.
cool. Yeah.
On the same train, and probably a little bit better, if we're still thinking in that delirium sense, okay?
Okay.
Assassin's Ink. 2 black for an instant. This spell costs 1 colorless less to cast if you control an artifact, and 1 colorless less to cast if you control an enchantment. Destroy target creature or planeswalker.
Nice. Okay. The Vraska's Contempt Hero's Downfall of Standard, but it's actually okay. Yeah, it's just gonna be black. It's like it's almost like a weird Doomblade variant in a sense. Like it feels like a yeah. Because it
So
can be black.
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of cute. Some
cool,
other,
this
yeah. So I've, yeah. I'm gonna do some. Okay, I'm leaving my hot takes to the end. So I'm just gonna rattle off a few more that I think are kind of cool. All right, so I got Tameshi Reality Architect.
Yep.
2 and a blue for a 2/3 legendary creature, Moonfolk Wizard. Whenever 1 or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Ah, I see where you're going.
X and a white. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment with card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. So if you're not playing a Lura strategy in this Delirium Mill, in a sense, you can play blue-white, and you can do some kind of cool stuff with this.
Yeah, you actually can. Yeah. It's so cool. Okay, so I'm assuming the level 1 interaction is like returning a borrow to your hand and you draw a card.
Correct.
Like
yes.
that's like the first interaction that's coming to my mind right now. My mind is kind of like it's kind of worrying with the second ability. Like, okay, pay 1 white, return a land, and then like I don't know, you return a bauble to the battlefield. Like, I don't know. That's the first thing that's coming to my mind right now.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
So or an Urza Saga.
Wait. Oh, word. Right. Enchantment. Right. Yo. That's pretty cool. Okay.
And
I'm actually.
and then
Wait.
1 and a white returns Soul Guide Lantern.
Yo, come on. This is
Um,
okay. No, the more
yes.
you talk about this,
this
actually.
is this
I
is
feel
like
this should have been
I
an
think
honorable mention.
it's
This is actually kinda cool.
it's cute in a. I would be very interested to test this in a world where Lurrus is banned in Modern. This is something I would like to explore.
This is I. You know what? You're underserving this card. This card could have been. This card should have been an honorable mention. This card's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know about if it's gonna be played in MOBA. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
I
things
think
going
this-
on
yeah.
with it. It's
Yes.
cool.
Okay, this is one that I know Mortal is in love with, and I think this card is like cute.
Okay.
Tatsunari Toad Rider.
Okay, let me see here. Yes.
2 and a black. Legendary creature, human ninja, 3/3. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control a creature named Kami, create Kami, a legendary 3/3 black and green frog creature token, not toad. With whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Okay,
1 and a Simic hybrid mana.
What the
Tatsunari
commander
Toad
is
Rider.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tatsunari Toad Rider and target frog creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with flying or reach.
Oh, okay. This is cool.
This is just like a cool card. I don't know why the token had to have like this wordiness on it. Like you could have put it on the card, I think.
Yeah.
And like yeah, it's a little like clunky in that regard, but I think this card is like kind of cool. It's as like a build around. I'm not sure where it goes. Probably just commander, but like
Yeah,
I don't know.
This
Maybe
is a pretty cool
some
like enchantment commander.
yeah.
The fact that
Yeah,
you get black.
but
in
like,
it.
but there's like some other stuff like I don't know. Maybe there's like some like Sultai ish like or black green X, black blue X enchanter, whatever. I don't know. I want to find. This is another one of those like. There's got to be a home somewhere, and I want to find it. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. I like
okay.
this. I think this is actually like cost wise. I think this is probably going to get to see play in standard. I think like for you arena players listening, I'd be surprised if this wasn't played in standard or like historic. It's pretty
not
costed.
I'm not going to go over all of these cards. I'm just going to like name them and like
Okay.
paint a little bit of a picture. So with the combination of Greasefang Okiba Boss, Mobilizer Mech, Mindlink Mech, and Mukotai Soul Ripper, I could see Pioneer having this really cool like Esper vehicles deck.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
I actually wanted
'cause,
to
like-
ask you about that like later as well. Like you might maybe like go into it a little bit here, but like, is there enough support for Pioneer to have a vehicles deck?
I think so, because like Pioneer, you have Heart of Kirin, you have Aether Flex, or not Aether Flex, jeez, Aether Sphere Harvester, or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. You have you don't have Looter Scooter,
Right.
No
Right.
Smuggler's Copter. But like Heart of Kirin's really good. What's the other? There's like another really good. Oh, you have Seeka's Chariot. I mean, it's in green. But
Yeah.
like you have other stuff. But like they've introduced a lot of like really good vehicles in Esper colors.
Mhm.
And then you have like pilots now in Esper colors as well. Like
Mhm.
there could very well be they have the like Colossal Plow or whatever. Like there's stuff there. Like and a lot of these like vehicle and pilot cards like can do some really cool stuff. Like Mobilizer Mech. It's very cheap. It's 1 in a blue for a 3/4 flyer, and whenever it becomes crewed, and it's crew 3, when it becomes crewed, up to one other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature.
Wow.
So like
Okay,
you get a buy one get one. Mindlink Mech is like 3 mana 4/3 flyer, crew 1. When it becomes crewed the first time each turn, it becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature that crewed it this turn, except it's a 4/3 vehicle artifact and has flying, yada yada. Like
yeah.
it's Soul Ripper is just like a sacrifice outlet, but like keeps growing, yada yada. Like I think there's like a lot of room to experiment there, and it's like really cool.
So
On
just
top
to,
of
like-
also fitting
yeah.
the commander deck. Like
So
theme.
just to like follow through on this vehicle idea, like I think one card that people aren't. I don't think people are thinking about enough in terms of this like vehicle sub theme. And a potential way to take it is like, okay, so Wandering Emperor. Now this is pretty niche. Wandering Emperor is the Flash legendary planeswalker. Two
Oh yeah,
white for 3. I won't go through the whole thing. The big thing that I want to bring up here is it has a -1 since it has Flash. The planeswalker has Flash, and you can activate its abilities at anytime you'd activate an instant. Okay, so you can like +1, -1, whatever. Its -1 is create a 2/2 white samurai token with vigilance. So at instant speed, you can play a planeswalker, activate its ability to create a 2/2, which can then potentially help you crew different vehicles. So I think like, especially in standard, I don't know if this gets there in Pioneer, like standard arena formats. I think like the Wandering Emperor is like a cool design space in terms of giving planeswalkers Flash and the abilities Flash, but also as a way to create a token that crews vehicles. So that's what I like about it.
yeah.
So I wanted to
I
kind
think
of bring
that's
that
a cool.
up as a yeah.
Okay, so this is a legacy vintage card. Okay?
Oh, hit me with this. Okay, I like that. Okay.
Containment Construct.
Okay.
2 mana for a 2/1 artifact creature construct. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn.
Oh, I don't know about. I don't like this.
Has anyone heard of a little card? I don't know. It's really like it's really niche called Lion's Eye Diamond.
Oh no. Oh god. Is this safe enough? Like I don't know. That's okay. So I mean, to be fair, like I don't know if we're the best to be talking about power level in those formats, but like yo, it seems kind of good.
You know, there's a you know some play with Echoes of Eons, maybe some Days Undoing, like some nonsense
good.
there.
Like if you okay. Okay, no, I'm following your thought here. It seems kind of good. Like there has to be a way this is usable. Like that we're not thinking about. Like I can't think of the combo, but like the ability is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all I have left is I have here's my hot take.
Oh yeah.
The card, the Reality Chip, is one of the most overhyped cards in the set.
Okay, I've seen a lot of talk about this card. I've never actually read it. Okay.
So it's 1 in a blue for a 0/4 legendary artifact creature equipment jellyfish.
That's a lot of words. Okay.
Yes. That's just the type line.
Yeah.
Okay. So you may look at the top card of your library at any time.
Okay.
As long as the Reality Chip is attached to a creature,
okay,
you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. And it has reconfigured 2 in a blue.
Why is this hyped? Who wants to play this?
Well, because they're like, casting stuff off the top of your deck, and you can play lands. Like it's like the Forge. Well, yeah, it's like Courser of Crufix plus the whatever Forge, Mystic Forge.
Well, like, is it okay? So you said I'm looking at the card right now. You have to have it attached to a creature to do that.
Correct. So essentially, you have to pay 5 mana, and it has to not die before it's equipped. And then you get to play lands and cast spells. Like, I think this is a very overhyped card.
All right, standard and historic players, maybe, but like,
yeah,
I don't know about past arena right now. I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
Okay, so now the last thing I want to do, because you know me.
Okay, before you go on, I'm like really trying to work with the hype here. I'm trying.
Okay.
Like, vintage? Is it like too slow? Like I don't know. I'm trying to work with people's hype. Like I'm trying to understand like why people actually think this is playable. But like, okay, if you play it in vintage, I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Like I don't know, friggin' fast bond or like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know. You just play like 0 CMC. I don't. Just go on. It's fine. Okay. People are kind of tripping with this. Just go on.
So knowing me, I love my artwork. So, not including alternate arts. I haven't gone through all of the alternate arts, but just base arts. I have my top 5 artworks for the set.
Oh, okay. I like it. I
And
like it. I like it.
well, I'm gonna say, yeah, and then I have some honorable mentions. 2 honorable
Right.
mentions. Okay, so my 2 honorable mentions are both of the basic swamps
Right.
in the set. They're both really good looking. One is
Okay.
like a like dead tree swamp with these like really cool green floating lanterns. And the other, like the more modern one, is just like a like swampy kind of wet back area, but it's just like all lit up neon and everything. Looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I
Num-
agree. I agree. I like it.
Number
Yeah.
5, Basic Island, the traditional, because the whole thing, premise of the set is like traditional versus futuristic and whatnot. So the traditional island I really like. It's like this nice river. There's
Little bridges. It's like these
yeah, yeah,
wither,
yeah.
like
Yes.
techno bridges or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So, okay. So get those out of the way. Okay. Number 4 is going to be Greater Tanuki. That's the 6 mana enchantment creature dog. It's supposed to be the raccoon dog.
Okay.
Um it's it's just a draft card, a 6/5 trample, has channel that lets you
Sorry, I was
search
trying
for
to like
basic.
spell it and find it, but okay, yeah, now I'm
Oh
looking
yeah.
at it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just a solid artwork.
Gotta love dogs. Come on, folks. Come on,
Yeah.
folks. You gotta love
Yeah.
good dogs. Gotta love
Yes.
good dogs. It's like a
All right.
giant dog too. This is
All
a
right.
giant dog, right? That's what this is.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
yeah,
is a
it's a
giant dog.
giant dog. Yep.
Okay, I
That
like it.
that looks like a raccoon. All right. So, number 3 is Weaver of Harmony, which is this really cool, it's an enchantment payoff. It's a snake druid that's like shredding on a traditional string instrument.
Oh, yo, it actually is. That's kind of fun. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's
Yeah,
actually, and it's like its
sick art.
music is creating trees. That's oh my god.
Yes, yes, it's sick art.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
second one, and I am a huge sucker for cherry blossoms, so Blossom Prancer.
Blossom
Um,
Prancer. Yes.
yes,
Oh my god, that's so cool.
yes. It's a spirit, but it's a stag with cherry blossoms coming out of its horns. Beautiful. I have noticed that a lot of times, a lot of my favorite artworks are on green cards.
Yeah.
And my number one, and I love this art, but I hate the card. Go Shintai of Lost Wisdom. It's the blue shrine creature.
Goshentai of Lost Wisdom. Oh, this is eerie. Oh, that's
Yes.
Oh, this is cool.
It
Yo.
looks like something straight out of Death Stranding.
Yeah, like this feels like okay, so yo, this feels like you go to the front page of DeviantArt and this is like something funky you'd see there. Oh, this is cool.
I think it's such a cool art. And if this card was better, I would try it in mill. But it's just like it's not. It's way too bad.
Oh, so let's read it for people because we haven't really
Sure,
brought up Mill.
sure. It is
So,
sure.
yeah.
It is 1 in a blue for a 0/4 legendary enchantment creature shrine. Note that shrine is the enchantment subtype, not the creature subtype.
Yeah.
So it's an 0/4, has flying. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 colorless. You may pay 1 mana. When you do, target player mills X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control.
Damn. Yo, all you freaking demons, like demons who literally installed Arena, paid money to get wild cards to make Shrine Tribal and Historic. This is for you demons.
Yeah.
This is for all you demons out there.
There are not enough good enough shrines in Pioneer or Modern to like make this playable. And like, sure, we could bring it back with Lurus in Modern Mill, but like, cool, I'm paying
Stop.
1 to mill
Stop.
1.
Nobody
like,
better be saying that to me right now. I'm done with all you.
however, the one upside is it's an 0/4 flyer. It does not die to bolt, can block really well.
If someone listens to this podcast and comes onto the Mill Discord and tells me you can return this with Luro so it's playable, you're getting banned. You're getting banned. Don't bring this card up with me. You're dumb.
So,
Unless it's to talk about the art.
Yes. So yeah, I think the art is so fucking sick.
It's just like it's cool. Like you see, okay, so I don't know if that's like a city in the background. Is that like a burning forest? Like in like the right side?
Not sure. I'm not sure.
Like it's cool, and then it's like this like paper crane like body that's like it's
Yeah.
so cool. It's like it's so abstract and like
Yeah.
eerie and like yeah. No, I love this. This has got
Um.
like it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and there are probably some alternate arts that are also really sick. I haven't gone through them
All
all.
of the
So sorry.
mechs, all of the vehicles, like very
Oh, probably.
Gundam,
But like,
super cool.
but I think the mechs like regular arts are also really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I think
I'm not like a Gundam like mech fan personally.
yeah.
Um, but I know like some of the alt arts. There's like members of like Kojima's studio. There's like artists that have worked on like the Digimon trading card game. Um, like the artist for Zelda. Oh geez, who else was there? The artist for Fist of the North Star. Like all of these kinds of things in the set, which is really cool. It's like when they did the War of the Spark alternate arts for the Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of that, which I really appreciate them doing, not just because like probably more because um Japan is like a really good market for MTG, but like because it is a Japanese theme set doing that. So I hope that when we go back to or to other planes that are inspired by real life cultures,
Yeah.
that we continue to do that. It's like if we ever, God forbid, because it's technically been destroyed or whatever. If we ever go back to Amonkhet, please hire North African descended artists,
Yes. That
for
is
example.
probably instead of making those terrible invocations. Jesus Christ.
I think the invocations could have been cool if they did a better job of making them legible.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Because the arts are cool.
That's the problem. You can't read them.
Yeah.
Like what the I don't know.
I'm also tired of foil only stuff, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, please give people like options. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways, so that's all for me. Do we want to, or maybe we want to do just like a quick summary, or because we've been talking a while?
no. I think that's really like the gist of the cards. We talked about just to kind of go over our top 5 list. We've gone through a million singles, so we won't go over those. But just going over our top 5 list of cards that we think will be seeing a lot of play or some amount of play in Modern. Colossal Sky Turtle is going to be one. Reality Heist, Otawara, Boseiju, and Lion Sash. So those are going to be the cards that I think, not to anyone's surprise, we think are going to be the cards that get to see play. And I think a lot of other people will think we'll see play as well. Being that we are a mill podcast as well, Jack, what do you think about the effect on the mill archetype with this with this set?
So directly, we didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We've gotten a lot of tools. I don't think every set we need to get some sort of upgrade.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I am cautiously optimistic because a lot of the cards that did come out, like a lot in our top 5 list, go into decks and power up decks that Mill wants to play against.
Yes.
We want to play against Hammer Time. We want to play against Amulet. We want to play against Tron. We want to play against Control.
Living End and
Living End, yes. Yeah, these kinds of decks that we would like to play into. It's refreshing that we didn't get some, like, another busted red 1-drop. And, like the best one we got was the Ronin.
Yeah,
like,
which probably, it's not beating out Goblin Guide. Which is good. This is good. We don't need better Goblin Guides.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want them.
No, I think Goblin Guide's a very reasonable card. Like, I love drawing cards off my opponent's creatures.
No, but I don't want better versions of Goblin Guide.
Oh, sure.
That card does not need to be improved upon. So,
no. Yeah, the 5 head is let's make copies 5 through 8 of Eidolon of Great Revel. No.
No, I never want to hear those sentences ever again. Jesus Christ.
So just kind of an overall, like, I'm excited for the set. I like a lot of what's going on, and I think this is what Fire Design should have been over the past 4 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is a strong standard set that is going to change things, that has cards that will see play in every format, but nothing in here feels like absolutely busted must ban.
And I think just like off the top, like I feel like the mechanics that are being introduced in this set generally at a base feel like they have support. Like they didn't just like okay, so I'm like, the example being the party mechanic didn't feel like it had a lot of good support to it, but it feels like the mechanics here feel
Or
really well
blood
spread out.
tokens. Or like something that I wish had more support is blood tokens.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like they introduced a really cool new permanent type in blood tokens, like a new cool artifact that draws cards and everything, but not a lot of support for it. The payoffs weren't that great. Otawara, sorry, not Otawara, sorry, Kamigawa, a lot of cool little effects. Like we're bringing back vehicles in a cool way. Vehicles are now colored. We're continuing that idea of balancing artifacts by not making them colorless, but making them colored. And we have the return of Ninjutsu, and everything feels like pretty well rounded, I think.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go play your pre-releases. Shaffer, are you gonna play any pre-releases?
I haven't been to the LGS in a hot minute. I don't think I will play pre-release. Every weekend we tend to be just like picking up something for the wedding or whatever. Like it'll be like jewelry, it'll be a dress or something. So, yeah, my weekends, my weekdays are the free ones. My weekends tend to be errands these days.
Gotcha. Well, I will be playing. Hopefully, be playing enough of them for the both of us.
Oh, and, yeah, no, I think you definitely will. Please let me know. I have. Okay, so do you have? I know some Magic players do. I don't know if you do. I actually I spent time, a couple hours making one back in the day. Do you have like a pre-release kit that you take?
Oh, like supplies and stuff that you bring to pre-release. Like,
yeah. Okay, so let me describe to you my pre-release kit.
Sure.
It's a little box, right?
Sure.
And it's got 60 to 70 blank sleeves in there, and 30 of each basic land type, just sleeved up. Right?
Okay, so I have one of those, but not as extensive. So I have, I just call it my limited box.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Because F&Ms are draftier. So I have 50 or 60 sleeves, and they're the So normally I play with Dragon Shields, but for limited I use these Ultra Pro. They're the Chibi Planeswalker sleeves?
Yes.
I have the white and pink Ajani ones.
Nice. Yeah.
So I have 40 to 60 of those, and then I have 10 or 15 of each basic land. They're not sleeved, ready to go. Probably should be, but
yeah.
And yeah, so I bring that with me to use.
It just feels I don't know. I just feel I don't know. It sounds so friggin' nerdy, but I feel so prepared. I feel empowered.
Nice.
I love this little
kit.
It's
nice.
I feel like I have everything. I don't know. I drop my old sleeves and yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I'll be bringing those. I'll be playing. There's not a ton I'm gonna from this set that I'm gonna pick up per se for myself.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of artwork in the set because I've started to do part of my collection binder is just a one-of card that I like the art of. So there's a lot of arts in this set I want to grab just for a personal collection. I'm sure I'll pick up if I pull any Boseijus, cool. Ottawaras, cool. Kind of anything that I might think will be a staple. And then stuff that I might put in a cube eventually, because I think this set is really, really good for cube.
Yeah. A lot of cool cards that work as one-ofs. The lands are great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plenty of stuff. But
all right, take us home.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the Magic section of the podcast. We're just going to go into an ending discussion here. Those are our Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoiler review for Modern, for everything else. Let us know what you think. I'm pretty sure. I think we've covered everything for Modern, but I don't know. Me personally, I'd really love anyone listening to this. Let me know what you think about the popper cards. I would really like to know what's going on with the format. I probably just gonna enter back in with Affinity, but let me know what you think of there. I think Jack, you probably want to hear about anything like Pioneer related. That's your secondary format, I think, right now. Or
I mean, kind of, sort of, not really. I'm gonna try to get back into it.
yeah,
Maybe a little bit. It's probably like the next format I might go into. That or Legacy.
okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, just outside of this podcast, what are you looking forward to in the next 2 weeks, or like before we go with the next episode and everything? What are you looking forward to? So you got pre-release.
So yeah, I got pre-release. Like kind of like with my desk, I ordered a bunch of other new furniture for my new room. So looking forward to getting all that, assembling all that, and then just seeing where life takes me.
Yeah, you're in a nice, cool like in between bridge. I feel like you're in a really
Yep.
like fun, cool spot right now. I'm excited for you in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. It's
Yeah.
like nothing crazy to look forward to, but like there's a lot of things just kind of settling. I don't know, man. Like living close to
Yeah.
LGS, LGS
Yeah.
buddies. You got like bed
LGS
frame
buddies,
coming
so
in. Like it's
yeah,
fun.
yeah. I got a bed frame. I've got a new, much more comfortable um, PC chair coming in. Because the current one that I have, I'm not going to say the brand. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what brand I have, but kind of kills my butt and my back after a few hours, and I want something kind of comfy because I spend a lot of time at my desk.
Would you
Um,
would you say what chair you did get, like the new one?
it's not like a brand because I currently have like one of the like a gaming chair,
Right.
and I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So what did I get? This is something that my friend Sean, A.K.A. Fluff, recommended me. He's not going to listen to this, but he's one of my like non-magic friends.
Yeah.
Play a lot of League with him. It's from so the one I ordered is from a brand called Flash Furniture.
Okay. I'm looking up right now. What is it?
I can actually just send you the link to what I bought in like Discord. So that's like my chair. I sat in it at his place. It does lean back a little bit more than I personally like, but this thing is hella comfortable. It has a really wide seat. Um,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
so
looking at this right now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And then I got a bookshelf, and bookshelves aren't necessarily exciting. However, I'm starting to get into reading novels again a little bit. And I also have a bunch of collectibles that are sitting at my parents' place that I would like to display in my own space. A few pop figures, some like K-pop albums from Korea, um, some like knickknacks here and there that I've gotten from friends and family. So,
I mean,
um,
look, let me tell as
yeah.
someone who reads like on his spare time actively,
Oh yeah, yeah. You
bookshelves
you read
are
you read a lot more than
like
I do. Well, so
bookshelves are like I don't even want to swear they are so
yeah,
lit. Are you
yeah.
kidding
So
me?
I don't know if I've talked
Bookshelves.
about it with you or the podcast. So growing up, the literal first floor of my house was a used bookstore that my mom ran.
Oh, that's so
Like no
cool.
joke, like no joke, like floor to ceiling wooden, like built in the wall bookshelves. They lined the first floor of our house. Besides, like our kitchen. Um, like we still have like some of them um left over from the store, but we took out a lot of them when my mom closed up shop.
Right, right.
So like I literally grew up with books. Um so I don't know, but it'll be nice to have just like a simple, decent looking bookshelf on one end of my room to just house some novels I picked up. I haven't had much chance to read them because of moving and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I started a novel that was recommended. It's called like Black Leopard, Red Wolf, something like that.
Okay. Looking it up right
Um,
now. Okay, and what's it about?
it's so I can't tell you like too much of the plot because I haven't gotten like very much into it. But it's just like a fantasy novel based on like African mythos.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So so it's a trilogy. It's book one in a trilogy.
Right.
And it's like kind of fantasy mythology history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Set in like a mercenary hired to find a missing child. This is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna be reading that kind of once I get more settled in. I'm kind of halfway moved into my room, halfway like waiting for the rest of my furniture so I can like really get settled and
Yeah.
then and all that. So yeah, pretty much that's what's going on with me is playing Magic at the LGS, moving in to my new place and yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. What is it? I just want to finish this goddamn primer. This is taking like years out of my mental health. Like this is like okay, folks. I'm not actually depressed. I just want to finish it. Like it's become way too long. I just want to finish it. And then get back to actually playing some damn Magic because all the time I would have spent playing like my leagues this week, I've just been spent doing this. So like I would really love that. But other than that, I am right now finishing up a single player game called Metro Exodus. It's third game in the trilogy of the Metro series. Once I do that, I'm gonna play Sekiro, which is gonna lead me up to my pre-order of Elden Ring, in which case I will probably disappear from the face of the earth, and just sit there and just get walloped.
I'm still pulling for you to play Resident Evil Village on stream.
And that will happen. I finished. In the background, I did finish. So I was talking last time about I was playing Resident Evil 0. I finished Resident Evil 1. And then I just started Resident Evil 2. But I really wanted to push to try and play Sekiro to then play Elden Ring. So it will be on hold, but I will eventually play Resident Evil.
Biohazard, like, you should probably play because like it does have like a little bit of story stuff, but like Village, like I want to see your reactions live to some of the things.
Yo, I can't wait. I mean, like anything that's like Resident Evil, but like a little bit updated. Even just playing the first couple of minutes of Resident Evil 2, I feel like the game's a lot more attractive to me, and just like looking at the gameplay of like Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 8, like much more attractive to me. After playing like Resident Evil 0 and 1. So I'm definitely excited for it. Survival horror, like it's like there's some really good ways to do it. And I think Resident Evil, especially recently with its like soft relaunch, has been doing really good with it. So I mean, I'm excited to see where that goes. Especially in an age where AAA games seem to be on the downswing. It's nice to know when games can still push out there. But that's really about it for me. I'm still hanging out. Hopefully it gets freaking warmer out here, but like okay, small little aside before we end this. I hate. Okay, so it's a small little pet peeve of mine, but like it's like okay, so it goes from like -30 up here to like
Celsius.
Yeah, -30 Celsius to like 0 degrees, and then there's like it just jumps to like 15 degrees. Yeah. Like it's either like you have to wear a jacket, or it's like too cold, too warm for a jacket. But like you can't wear a sweater. Like I hate that. Like it's never just sweater weather, and it pisses me off. I hate leaving the house with like a light jacket. I think light jackets are dumb. There's a lot of reasons to hate capitalism, and I think light jackets are one of them. Light jackets are dumb. It should just be sweater weather. That's my side.
I think if light jackets are the reason you hate capitalism, you probably have to realign your priorities.
No, hey, that's my first world explanation to why I hate capitalism. That's my first world problem of hating capitalism. We all hate capitalism for good reasons, but there you go. There's the funny one. But anyway, we'll end it off there. Thanks everyone for hanging out. You can find us on our usual social links. I don't think you've added any more social links.
Nope.
Nothing out of that. But
nope.
Thanks everyone for hanging out. And again, let us know what you think about the spoilers themselves. Give us those conversations. Let's talk about it in the Mill Discord and on Twitter. But other than that, we're gonna end things off. And I don't know. We're not like the dive down where we have good send offs. Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye.